This is the second in a series, and it's discussing an advert for Virgin Atlantic. So if you haven't seen the first one, please, before you criticise my attitudes, please take a look at that, because that's the statement of my opinions. So I'm going to play the Virgin advert, but because the YouTube keeps getting at me for copyright of various sorts, I'm going to substitute one of their copyright-free soundtracks. So the sound you hear, which is in vaguely the same area of music as the sound that's behind the Virgin advert, but it's not the music you'd hear if you were actually watching this on TV or wherever it's being broadcast. So this is an advert I found very disturbing, and well, I'm not sure what sort of a market they're aiming it at. Right, let's just play it. It's only 1 minute and 44 seconds. All right, that's the advert. Now, I want to start by criticising the advert itself, and then I'll make another video talking mostly about why I think it's wrong. So let's just go through the advert, should we? Oh, they've hit the wrong button there. So we have this team of people that we're being introduced to. And then there's this. Now, this is a woman called Michelle Visage. I mean, that's her stage name. And she's very closely associated with the RuPaul Drag Race. You'll see how she's dressed, which is not how any stewardess should be dressed. If you look at all the rings on her fingers and the length of her nails, if she had to unbuckle like a child from a harness in an emergency, all that stuff would very much get in the way. So this is an unrealistic image of a stewardess right from the get-go. Right. And we get treated to, okay, so this is Michelle Visage, and as you can see, when I first saw her, I did wonder whether she was in fact some sort of transgender, but she isn't. She's a woman. She just, this is her persona. Her stage persona, she tries to make herself look as much like a transgender or a transvestite man as she can. The point is, she has taken on this exaggerated, over-made up, theatrical type of femininity that is much beloved of particularly men who dress up as women, which, as I said in the previous video, appears to me to be mostly for misogynistic purposes, and she's taken that on. She has actually, you might say, internalized transgenderism. Right, let's carry on. And she says she feels fabulous, and yeah, well, maybe she does, but that's not why you fly on an airline, is it? Really? Okay. Now, I know in the especially in the 70s, airlines were selling their services with sexy stewardesses, in America at any rate. And that very soon stopped when riding in aeroplanes became a lot more dangerous. But Virgin seems to be bringing this back. Okay, fierce and ferocious. Well, yeah, I don't want a fierce and ferocious stewardess, frankly. And she's not a stewardess, she's just dressed up. Now, this person, cabin crew. Okay, this person, who appears to me to be a woman dressed up as a man, yeah, I'm probably going to get criticised for saying that. I don't know whether she is a woman or a man at this point, physically, but it's a bit confusing. And you don't want to be confused when you're on an aeroplane. And now this fellow here, definitely a fellow, the one on the right in this picture, that's very confusing. He's obviously a man, and he just likes dressing up as a woman. As I said in a previous video, I don't see anything wrong with that for certain types of dressing up as a woman, but not when you're on an aeroplane 30,000 feet up inside a metal box. Okay, so this is the guy. It's not taking away from anyone. Now look, no woman walks like that normally, and they might do it on the catwalk, but not when they're stewardesses. Sorry, cabin crew. And you do wonder about that. When somebody is so obsessed with the way they look, are they going to make decent cabin crew? And this woman here, she is, I suppose, a pilot. Why is she dressed like that? She looks like an extra from Cabaret. I half expect her to launch into, when you're getting on the plane, launch into a burst of Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. Well, she does, doesn't she? She also looks like she should have a whip in her hand. Okay. Oh, she's a first officer. Right, whatever a first officer is. Right, now, I suppose you could say that this woman, this is a stewardess who is showing us how she is so limber, she's capable of picking up a dropped pen that a passenger dropped on the floor of the plane at the same time as securing the overhead locker. Ah, she can do the limbo as well. Right, my pronouns are she, her and them. Okay, well, kudos to her for that. And now she feels like herself. Yeah, but you see, we're not talking about her. We're talking about a cabin crew and pilot crew that are going to deliver us safely from one end of the world to the other in highly unnatural circumstances, and circumstances which have become increasingly dangerous over the past few years. I'm not interested in how she feels about herself. I am only interested as the paying customer in how well she delivers the service to me. Her personal life is none of my business. Right, here we are. Here they are all feeling, if we're clean and pressed. No, that's not the point. It's their self-image which is the point, because their self-image depends on how we relate to them. If I am feeling nervous and scratchy and I happen to misgender one of these people, I have an idea they're going to bully me. They're going to maybe even put down at another airport early and turf me off the plane because I was making them feel unsafe. I mean, there's all that there. And in many ways, all of this is bullying the passengers, terrifying them into silence, whatever their feelings are. So just a minute. We're looking the way we're supposed to look. No, the way they're supposed to look is efficient operatives of an airline, not with individual personalities in that way. So it seems to me that Virgin have got entirely the wrong attitude. That's what's beautiful about Virgin Atlantic. Yeah, it's not beautiful at all. It's utterly terrifying. Okay, well, she's winking and saluting. Yeah, well, that doesn't reassure me at all. And I don't know what Virgin Atlantic thinks they're doing with this advert, but it's if I ever had to fly to America and was given the choice of airlines, I would definitely not fly Virgin Atlantic. I'd be too frightened of meeting a crew like that. Well, obviously, they're not all going to be like that all on the same plane. I do realise that. But you know what I mean. All right, well, that's the first video in the series about this Virgin Atlantic thing. The next video I'm going to make will be on the point of uniforms. All right, I'm Granniopteryx. I am to be found on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. I let you know when I've uploaded a video on my Twitter, Gab and Parler accounts, where I am at Granniopteryx. If you subscribe to one of those, then you will not only get the benefit of my exceedingly witty tweets in the Twitter case, and Gabs and Pals in the other case, but you will also be informed about uploads, which YouTube tends to be a bit lax about. Right. That's it. Please like this video. Again, as I've said, I'm not going to even try monetizing this. It's too dangerous from a YouTube point of view. So please help my channel by liking, sharing and subscribing, and helping me financially if you feel like it. You can buy me a coffee or go to one of the other links below. Right, till the next video. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Granniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.